Hello, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode of LaQuinta's Shutterbox. And who else but other than your girl, LaQuinta? And I have an amazing guest tonight. When I say this lady is amazing, I've watched her, I've listened to her, and her story has touched me and it has moved me. But I can't wait till y'all hear her story. This is my special guest. She's not a co-host or a host today. She's my special guest, LaShondra Moore.
Chandra Moore.
LaShondra Moore.
That's me.
Thank you for coming, honey.
Thank you for having me.
You are bright on social media. When I tell you your words of wisdom, your education, it is very eye opening, and I just love it. But everybody don't know you are a advocate for fentanyl. Can you tell us a little bit why and about your mission and what you're doing?
Okay, I can tell you how I got entangled with fentanyl. In 2021, I had to bury two of my adult children, 4 months apart. My youngest daughter and my oldest son. He was in prison at the time. My daughter Deja was is my youngest, and my son Roderick is my oldest. I came home from work one day. I got home about 5:30. I walked in and found her slumped over between the couch and the ottoman. And I ran to her and I was trying to shake her, just trying to make her wake up, doing everything I could. And I knew at that moment that she was gone. And I didn't have any Narcan, but I didn't know to have Narcan then. I know now though.
So let me ask, did you know that? So how you say she passed on fentanyl? What type of? Because I'm not
Okay, that's
educated.
cool. I
Yeah,
tell you.
I'm not educated on fentanyl because at first, when I think I first started hearing about fentanyl maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I think that was the first time I ever heard anything about it, and I actually thought it was something that you shoot up. I didn't know, and still I'm just kind of clueless
I
on it.
understand. I understand. So fentanyl is okay. Fentanyl is a real drug. It's the pain medication. That's not the one that they are using on the streets. They're using illegal, illicit fentanyl on the streets, and it's killing people because it only takes just not even like
Mhm.
a crumb of it is a lethal dose. And so my daughter, um, she was struggling with pills. She was taking pills, popping pills. Yes, and that's pretty much what it leads to. For anyone that has a pill addiction, it eventually leads to you getting so addicted to the pills that you go out in the streets and you buy the pills, and everything in the streets is laced with fentanyl. Ain't nothing safe when you go out there and buy it. Now, if you got to take pills for pain management, get it from the doctor. But anything you buy on the streets is laced with fentanyl. They're lacing X pills, the Percocets, Xanax, because that's what my son passed from, and he was in prison. He got a hold to a fake Xanax.
And you just wonder, like in prison, how do you get?
They not safe there either.
It's
They
not
are
even.
not safe. They're not safe in prison. So don't ever think that they're
Wow.
not safe, because I never thought that would have happened. But they're lacing heroin, powder cocaine. I've even heard that they put fentanyl in crack. That's just some of the things that I hear. I don't know for sure, but everything is being laced, the X, the Molly, all the pills that they
So,
selling.
is it any way to detect what's on the pill or what's in any drug that you're taking?
Well,
Is there
they
a way
have
to detect
fentanyl
it?
testing strips. I don't
Oh,
know how effective they are. I don't know. I've never tested any drugs because I mean I don't do drugs, and as far as I know, nobody around me does that needs to test it. But I do have fentanyl tester strips.
okay.
They sell them on Amazon. Well, they used to. Let me not say that. Yeah, and so I pass out Narcan as well. I have plenty of great supply of Narcan. If anybody ever needs it, I have plenty of it. Fentanyl testing strips, condoms, all that, because all that stuff plays hand in hand.
Right.
Um, It's nothing is safe. Nothing is safe.
So did you have any signs? Because you say your son was in prison.
Hmm.
Did you have any signs before he went to prison to know that he was doing drugs, or your daughter did? Was there
Okay,
any
my
sign?
daughter, my daughter, my daughter. My son was in prison, so I didn't really know what was going on there. I know that he liked to pop. My son liked to pop Xanax sometimes. Uh, Off and on, he pop pills. He had a long sentence. I'll say that. And so off and on, he want to pop pills. Sometimes he wants to. He'll be in his babbling. I'm not saying anything bad about my son. I just know
Right.
my child, and I'm not upholding any kind of behavior that I don't approve of. But that's my son, and I love him. That's my daughter, and I love her. And my daughter had a pill problem. She had a problem with pills, and it got to the point where, because she told me this, she wanted to take a pill so bad that she knew it was fake, and she took it.
So they know it's fake and just take it anyway because of the urge for the pill.
Yeah, and they say once you start taking fentanyl, it's highly addictive. Highly addictive. And I guess like two, three tries. I say that because I was finna say days, but because I feel like if you do it one day and you like it, you're gonna do it the next day. By the
Right.
third day, you're gonna be addicted, and it's highly addictive.
Because I did some research on it, and it says every 11 minutes
Hmm.
someone dies from fentanyl.
Exactly.
Every 11 minutes. That's
11 minutes.
like that's that's something.
Yeah, that's okay. Think of a one airplane crashing every day.
Mm.
You see how those people that be on those planes?
Yes.
That's how fentanyl. That's how people are dying. I've been. I think about if an airplane was a full plane was to crash every day. Wow,
That's
fentanyl is taking out a whole generation.
it is. It's like every day I'm hearing on TV, on
Yeah,
social media, somebody has lost a loved one to fentanyl.
yeah.
And it's like, and it's the people think it's a color or it's an age,
It's not.
but I've noticed a lot of young people and teens are dying of fentanyl and doing it.
Well, when I get in this fight, statistics said that fentanyl is killing more people between the ages of 18 and 45.
Wow.
18 and 45, but guess what? The ages have dropped. Yes,
Lower than
ma'am.
18?
Yes. 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds. I've seen some, I don't see a lot of elderly people dying from fentanyl, but I have seen some that's like 53, 54. And just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean that someone else hasn't,
Right.
seen it.
So with them being that young, if someone out there that has a 10-year-old or 11 or 12-year-old, what signs do you think that they need to be looking for?
Okay, now listen. If a person is, if you think your 10-year-old is doing drugs, you better watch the company that he's keeping. And when I was saying that, I was really not saying that he was out there popping, the 10-year-old is out there popping pills himself, in which that could be the case, okay? Hanging with the wrong
Right.
people, popping pills, like doing drugs recreationally. Drugs aren't recreational anymore. What I was referring to was, okay, say for instance, this young lady I know, uh, I think her son was 3 years old. Yeah, he died, but he wasn't taking pills. Some kind of way he was exposed to it, and a lot of babies and toddlers are dying like that
So they
too.
can from touching it or they ingest it in their mouth.
I think okay, so I think they touch it, and maybe you know you might touch your face or something like that. But yeah, wow.
That is so it's this mission that you're on, it has driven you. So tell us about Your organization, because you have an organization, because you fighting hard. Hey, if y'all are not watching her on Facebook, and what other platforms are you
I'm
on?
on Facebook, TikTok. I was going to say TikTok. TikTok, Instagram, and I just started a YouTube channel.
Oh wow. Now that is exciting.
So listen, y'all. I am a fierce advocate for fentanyl awareness. My nonprofit is One More Kiss. I'm gonna get out here and fight to the end. And no, I don't know everything. I am still being educated on it because these drugs they change up every day. I'm
Every
telling
day.
you. And I just want to let's not sweep it under the rug. Okay? We got to
Right.
talk about this because we have a big problem and see a lot of families they don't want to talk about it, they're embarrassed about it
Embarrassed, right?
because the reason why I feel like they're embarrassed because everybody's talking about fentanyl all on the news, on social media, and then somebody turn around and die from it, or somebody's popping pills, and you should know better. It's the stigma around it, and that's what makes people not want to talk about it and try to get help.
Right. So do you think when people want to get help, or do they want to get help, or when a lot of them on those pills and they get so bad, how do they reach out? Or
I have a lot of people private message me, and I try to connect them with somebody that can get them
okay,
into a facility. I don't have direct contact to a facility yet, but I'm working on it. I'm
speaking
working
to
on
existence, do
speaking
y'all
it.
hear?
I'm
And if
working on
somebody's
that.
out here listening and y'all know an organization that she can be a part of and she can send people that she know needs help,
That's
please
right.
reach out to her,
Please do.
because this is so important. We are losing our young ones. We're losing family members, people we love out here,
We are
to this. I call it the new devil.
the devil drug. Yes,
That's exactly
it's
what it is.
horrible.
It is.
I can't believe I'm not crying because I used to just sit up and cry, cry, cry. But I am really trying to fight, and I want to get my words out because if I cry, I'm not gonna talk about everything I intended to talk about. But I never thought about sweeping this under the rug. I said I got to tell the parents about this because I didn't even know nothing about fentanyl. I heard about it, but nobody close to me died, so it wasn't affecting me. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? And that's a lot of the problem. If it doesn't hit home, it
It
don't
doesn't
affect you.
affect us.
So
Right.
people don't care. And I get it because I didn't care. But I care now. And I want to I know my children are proud of me, but I just can't let their deaths be in vain. I'm gonna raise awareness until the death of me. I'm gonna talk about the dangers of fentanyl.
Because this is definitely a dangerous drug.
Yeah, we got a bad situation going on here. We got a bad situation going on here. Everybody needs to, you know, teamwork make the dream work. For real. Everybody needs to get involved. These communities we need to have, do walks, do everything that we can to get out here and raise awareness. We need to pass out Narcan, have vending machines, and they need to stop selling Narcan too. They selling it. They should give it away.
So how do you get Narcan?
Um, well, I get it from the state, but I'm
Okay.
saying, like, if anybody needs it that has access to me, I don't mind giving it to them, bringing it to them. But you can go to your local health department and they'll give you some. Walmart sells it. Walmart shouldn't be selling Narcan.
Should be given away.
Yeah, and now they locked it behind the pharmacy because it was on the shelves. Yeah, they make sure can't nobody steal it. But yeah, anyway, I give everybody some Narcan if I could.
And the sad thing is a lot of people that and I know it's just not a young people drug, but the younger ones that's taking pills and everything because they think that's something cool to do. They want to pop a pill, stay up late, or go to bed early. I don't know, and they think it's cool, and they are the main ones to say I don't have a problem.
Oh yeah, people think they don't have a
Yeah, they think
problem.
I just pop pills like it's recreational, and I
Yeah,
don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem. And see, a lot of people like, I don't pop no fake pills. I get our man from the pharmacy. It eventually gets to be a problem.
Because when you start getting it and can't get it when you want it, you
Exactly.
start
That's
getting
when
it
you
on
go
the
to the street,
streets.
and that's where it's deadly.
Yeah, I heard that's it's deadly on the street because these people don't care
They
about
don't.
nothing and nobody. They're just trying to make a buck.
That's it.
And I've been watching lately that they even putting it on marijuana, and it's like
Yes.
everybody around is smoking now, and
I
you got to be
forgot to
careful with
mention that.
that.
I forgot to mention that about marijuana. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody feels like weed is not a drug for some reason. Because you could say something about all the drugs and even weed. Weed a drug,
That's
marijuana,
right.
weed, it's a drug too.
That's right.
They sprinkling it on the marijuana, y'all. Please be careful. If you just have to smoke, go to the dispensary. Do it the legal way.
Do
I
it.
heard they had some good weed at the dispensary.
Yeah,
Since y'all just got to go,
that is the myth that I've heard. They
for
say
real. But I'm
you go to the
saying,
dispensary, you ain't gonna get no good weed, so we gonna get it on the street.
no, no, no. I heard that weed was good at the dispensary, honey. Just you want to be safe.
Best to be safe than
It's best
sorry.
better to be safe than sorry. You you can smoke your weed in peace, and you'll still wake up the next day. Messing around with fentanyl, baby, it's gonna be over with for you. Then your mama gonna be crying and having to bury you. And parents, since I'm on that subject, make sure that you have insurance on your children, life insurance. Everybody needs to make sure they have a life insurance policy in place. Because if something happens to one of your family members, one of your children, ain't nobody gonna want to give you nothing.
Nobody.
No, because they gonna get to worry about what you did last week and last month and last year you bought this, that, and the other. Now somebody did. You got to fry fish plates
Right.
and do GoFundMe's. GoFundMe is not an insurance policy. Y'all keep that in mind because a lot of people like to, oh, I'm just gonna do a GoFundMe. Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing.
That's right. So what about the parents that say, I know my child.
Oh,
Oh, I know my child. My child would never. I've heard that so
I put
much.
that on social media the other day.
My
Don't ever
child would
say,
never.
don't ever think that your child won't do it, honey. Cause see, I thought that. I didn't. Well, I don't think I was saying it. I don't know, but I thought it. Like I ain't worried about my kids being no crackheads and all this stuff, baby. I didn't know something worse than crack was gonna come out.
Right.
My
Exactly.
children know better. They would never. You see them down. Wow. I don't want another parent to have to go through what I'm going through. Take heed, please. And don't ever think that your child won't do something. Cause soon as they get away from around us, they doing everything under the sun. They get with their friends on it. They doing all kinds of stuff. And watch these social media platforms like Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
They get those encrypted platforms where they can the messages. Yeah, they got different little words that they use, for the fentanyl. And do you know that they can deliver it right to your door off of Snapchat? They can have a
Now,
dealer
see,
to
that's
bring it.
something
Yeah,
definitely new to me.
hey, you got to watch everything. Get some cameras. Get cameras around your house. If you got teenagers, if you got children, you don't know what they're doing. If you suspect that they're doing drugs, go in their rooms, ramble, look through their stuff.
Because you get a lot of
If you are
parents
able to.
just say, I don't want to invade their privacy.
No, we got to invade their privacy these days. If you paying their phone bill, look through their call log. You ain't got to get the phone. You know how to do it. Call their phone company. Be nosy. See what they doing.
Bring back parenting, basically.
Please.
Because I think
Because
parenting
that's
is
what that
lost
is.
now.
It is.
It's with this new generation and this new world, parenting is lost. I watch how a lot of these kids is being brought up and how they're raised and their attitudes. And
Oh my God.
I am just at awe.
Now let me say this. I don't feel like I was the best parent. I wasn't, but guess what? I was not the worst. And my children let me know that. When I'm beating myself up saying I could have did better, of course I could have. I started having children young, so I made mistakes. I grew up with my children, but I wasn't the best parent, but I was not the worst. I did the best that I could and tried to teach them right from wrong. But you see, that's why you can't say what your children won't do. I don't care how much you talk to them. You can talk to them so they blue in the face. When they get out your presence or they become adults, they're going to do what they want to do.
And I think that's when it's the hardest when they become adults.
I say that too. I wish they was all still
Because
little
when
where I
they
could
were
just grab
right,
them.
when they were little,
Yes, I knew where all my babies were. When they become adults, you you don't know if you're gonna get a phone call or it's worse when they're adults to me, in my opinion.
so let me ask you this, and if I need to just stop and don't go no further, just please let me know. After losing your son, you said it was 4 months until you lost your daughter.
No. I lost my daughter first. Then
Oh,
4 months later, I got a call. I was on my way to work, and I got a call that my son was found unresponsive in a cell. Got a call from an inmate. Prison officials didn't call until 4 hours later and said,
oh wow. So after losing your daughter, after losing her, is that when you started this
No,
campaign? Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I was still just, trying to figure out day to day. It had only been 4 months. So, and then my son passed in August 19th, 2021. So it's coming up on 4 years. Um, Around January, I got a change of heart. I said I wanted to do t-shirts. I wanted to do me a t-shirt brand, and I came up with One More Kiss. Not on my own. The Holy Spirit gave me One More Kiss.
Because I was gonna ask you, how did you get that name?
I didn't really understand why I chose One More Kiss. I know what got me there, but I don't understand. I didn't understand why I chose it. But I went to TikTok. I said I'm gonna go to social media so I could do some marketing, market my t-shirt brand, and I have a overdose. Well, no, it wasn't an overdose awareness line. It was just about death, losing a loved one. One More Kiss. My definition states when we lose someone we love, we must learn not to live without them, but to live with the love they left behind. That was one of my first shirts. And I started off with two shirts. One of them has the doves and it says One More Kiss. That was a grief gift. That's what I call it. So I had a grief gift t-shirt and a definition t-shirt. Those are my first two shirts, and they are on my website.
Y'all hear that? If you want to go and support what she's doing, her mission, her fight, and her fight is helping all of us. Tell them how they can purchase these shirts. Because y'all, I'm gonna purchase me one.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them
Tell
because
them
I
how they
still
can
want to
purchase.
finish telling y'all the story. But you can go to www.one, the number one, morekiss.com. And I have a whole collection of stuff. And y'all gonna like it. I got a whole collection of merch. I be trying to not sound so, But anyway, so I got on there and I started marketing. They was like, well, what happened? What happened? What happened? They wanted a story time on TikTok. And so I started telling them. And wow, the people just started coming. My videos started going viral. And I started going live and I would talk to them. Well, I was scared to go live until I saw that was in let me see, January, February. I went live for the first time in July of 2022. And it was right after the episode of P Valley when one man gave another man fentanyl and sat right there and watched him die.
Oh wow.
On P Valley. It triggered me, and it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning when I was watching it. I jumped up and I got my phone and I was crying. I ran up to my daughter's room, my daughter that was deceased. I ran up to her room, set my phone up, and I started going live. And I cried on live and told them what happened and cried and cried and cried. And that's how I started healing. I had no idea that's what I was doing. TikTok was therapeutic for me. People talked about me because I got on social media and I cried, but it was helping me. If you buried two of your children, what would you do? You don't know. I was crying out. They were my support system because
Right.
5, 6, 7, 8 months had gone by. My family thought that I should be done grieving by now. I'm still crying. I couldn't talk to nobody. They all dogged me out for being on TikTok and stuff. Everybody, oh, that's all she do is TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. TikTok helped me.
Help you.
Now everybody be on there.
Not
I had to
everybody.
squeeze that in.
Everybody is story time in there.
Exactly. But I got old videos. I promise you, y'all could go back and look at them. Yeah.
And it's sad for people to downgrade you for getting on there. But you say it was therapeutic for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard you say this because, like I say, I've been following you and I've been watching you because you are inspiration. And I heard you say, people will say, I don't see how you can get on Facebook or social media and cry. If you've never been there, don't say what you won't do.
They always talk. They talk crap about it. And I just, at first I used to get offended. Oh my God, the comments, the insults, the things that these people say. This is a cruel world. 4 years later, I don't care what they say about me. I used to boo and cry. They call my kids junkies and they should have known not to do drugs. You're a bad mother and this and that. And I used to boo hoo and cry.
And you dealt with that.
And I dealt with it, and because God told me that I was better than that. God brought me through this, and God is bringing me through this. So I don't worry about nobody else. I don't care if I don't speak eloquent enough for people. Like, everybody wants to be all, I just
correct.
I just come from my heart. I'm not going to let nobody change me into something that I'm not. What God got planned for me is going to work for me. That's it. That's all.
I've never lost a child, but you've lost not only one child, but two children. As a mother, like, how do you go on? Is it just the knowing what you're doing? Because like I said, I can't say what happened if I've never done it or never been through it. I just think you look so strong. You look strong.
It's the Holy Spirit. And let me tell you something. I've gotten to be a busybody. I'm always doing something. I got to do something. I can't remember the last time that I just laid in bed all day and didn't do anything but look at TV or answer my phone. I don't see days like that anymore. I can't lay around.
Stay busy.
I guess that's how I cope. I'm always doing something. I got to.
So do you have somebody on this journey with you as you campaign, or you just do it alone?
I pretty much just, I pretty much do everything myself.
Now tell me that's not strong.
Because I got to do it. I can't sit around and wait on other people to help me do this, to help me do that. So, I mean, if I have an event, people will show up, but I plan everything, do everything on my own. God gonna bless me with an assistant one day, though.
Amen.
That would really help me. God gonna bless me though with the things that I need. And I was forced into this life, so I came into this not knowing anything about what I was doing. So I'm a work in progress. I'm learning every day. I'm learning.
You learning and you teaching. You teaching.
And I think I don't do enough.
See, that's because you're the one that's doing it, but you gave me chills.
I'm sorry.
But a person like me that on the other end, social media, watching you and listening to you, I watch you every day. I can tell you a lot of your clips.
They be funny.
They do be funny. But I love them. Sometimes you break my day. You are, and I love the realness in you. I just love, you're not trying to be so politically
Nope.
correct and just who you
I,
are and you straightforward.
just a country girl from Memphis.
When you told the story, I think you was in a gym, you was somewhere and
At
somebody
the
read your shirt.
wait a minute. Oh my God.
You got to tell that
Listen,
story.
let me tell you something, because he talked to me again today. I got to do a video, but listen, I had on my shirt that said "fuck fentanyl." He was looking. He's an older guy. He an old man, probably in his 80s or something. Okay. I go to the Hayes Community Center for water aerobics, and I walked in there. I had my shirt on. Fentanyl, fuck fentanyl. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for wearing this shirt. I told him I could never be ashamed of wearing this shirt. He didn't know my story though. And he just was appalled that I had this shirt on. Went back in there, and he really wasn't saying nothing to me. But today he said something to me. I would walk past him and speak, because I try to be polite.
Right.
It courteous. He's sitting right there, so I'm walking past. I say excuse me. He's always sitting in the same spot, like in the hallway. Him and this other guy, because he told me today he don't like to do the craft. The chair is right in front of the break room with a coffee and stuff. But I had this on. I didn't realize this shirt had fentanyl overdose fentanyl. Anyway, fentanyl. He said something to me again today, and I told him my story, and he told me that he used to smoke crack. Told me the story about him smoking crack, and the Holy Spirit told him, "You better stop right now," because he was gonna die. He said that was 37 years ago.
You just never know.
Never know.
Because, people think you're supposed to look a certain way when you taking drugs
Right.
or something.
Some people don't look bad. They don't look damn
So
bad.
they don't know what it looks like, because they ask, what do fentanyl even look like? Not the drug, but the person is taking. Because they think they're supposed to be looking, face messed up, no teeth, or raggedy clothes or something. Honey, they look like you and me.
They do.
Look just like us.
They do. They do.
So what else is it that you would like? Because I want to make sure that we get everything that you want to tell everyone out here. We want to get it out. Because like I say, I know your story. I know how amazing you are. I know how hard you fight. And I know your mission. And I love what you're doing. Because we need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you.
Yeah. So what I want to say is, I always like to say, first of all, if you are struggling with substances, I don't know, if you just battling addiction, get some help. Get you some help. It's not safe out here. It's not safe out here. And I also want y'all to it addiction, I feel like it starts with mental health. It's something going on that makes you want to run to drugs. And I'm even talking about my children as well. I'm not excluding them. So don't y'all ever think that. Try to get you some help. You don't want your mama to have to go through what I'm going through. Now, I need y'all to follow me on all my social media platforms if you like what I'm talking about, because this is mainly what I'm talking about, okay? I'm LaShondra Moore on Facebook. I am underscore fentanyl awareness queen on Instagram. And I'm fighting for fent awareness on TikTok. Okay? And I also got a page that say Forever Man Boutique, because I be over there trying on clothes.
Okay.
I got 2 TikTok accounts, but yeah. Y'all follow me, because I'm just trying to keep you updated on what's going on. And even if you want to reach out to me. And if y'all want to volunteer and help me do some things, you can DM me. Join the fight.
Join the fight.
Join the fight.
So for the ones that have loved ones that's incarcerated, how would you suggest we keep in touch, or to try to figure out if they're even getting drugs in jail or in prison, how do we even be aware of them when they're locked up?
Check on your folks. I just did a video about that. I don't know if you seen. Check on your folks, especially if you live in Memphis. But anyway, check on your folks. Because that jail, they doing some terrible things down there. Because just because your family is in prison, that don't mean they not getting high. If you suspect it, if you ain't heard from them, you call those prisons and talk to somebody till you can talk to hear your loved one's voice. Okay? Because they can get high in there if they want to. They got all kinds of stuff in the prison. Mm.
So is there anything else you would like to share before we close out?
No, there's nothing else that I would like to share. Is there anything else that you would like to ask me? Did I leave anything out?
You, honey, you answered every question that I had, and you answered the ones that I didn't know I wanted to know.
Okay, because I be forgetting stuff. I'm gonna have to start writing my stuff down.
That's okay. You did great. But I just want everyone out there to know that fentanyl does not discriminate. To fight this epidemic, we need to stress the importance of conversation, awareness, communication, and education.
Yep.
Please educate yourself on fentanyl, educate yourself on what it's doing, the signs, if our loved ones is on this. And remember, kids young as 10, 11, 12, check those rooms, check those phones, check backpacks, please. Be aware, because kids are even getting drugs from their little friends at school.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
I didn't even say nothing about the rainbow fentanyl. Let me touch on it really quick. Y'all, the rainbow fentanyl looks like candy. Okay, so tell your children not to take nothing from nobody at school. No candy.
Candy.
They don't need to take no candy from nobody at school, because you don't know if it's laced with fentanyl. And another thing about fentanyl, parents, if your children have dilated pupils, it's a possibility that they could be on opiates, okay? If they scratching and all the time and nodding and all that, it's a possibility that they could be on opiates. So watch for those signs. Sleepy, being grouchy and mean until they get their hit and then they back happy again. It's a possibility, okay? So keep that in mind.
Their attitude so bad that you don't know if they on drugs or not. Like, they keep bad attitude.
They do for no reason. Why y'all get everything y'all want? Why are y'all so unhappy?
Mad at the world and don't have to pay no bills.
I ain't gotta do nothing yet. I don't understand it.
So do you have any more children?
I have 2 other adult children. Okay. I have 9 grandchildren. Yes.
Honey, you look lovely.
Thank you. And I have a birthday coming up June 29th. And I'll be accepting gifts through social media if anybody wants to bless Miss Food for her birthday, okay? And I don't normally do that, but I just want to
honey, do that. Honey, bless her for her birthday. We have to do something. If you don't do nothing but buy a shirt.
That's right.
Purchase a shirt.
That's what, yes.
That would help her, and it would be the best birthday gift you can possibly give her, is to purchase a shirt and support her mission.
That's right.
Support her journey on what she's doing.
Thank you.
No problem. I don't know what made it just go off like that. But that's our time, and I will see y'all next week. Thank y'all. I am your girl, LaQuinta. And again, thank you, Miss LaShandra, for being my guest today. You did an amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you guys. See y'all next Wednesday. Same time, same place, 8 o'clock. See you next week. Thank you.
Bye-bye. So she go through there and edit it.
Mm-hmm.